Canada New Rules Updated of Open Work Permit 2025, Big Change. Welcome to Travel Tree, your go-to channel for all the latest information regarding moving, traveling, and exploring global opportunities. If you're considering starting a new life in Canada in 2025, you've come to the right place. In today's video, we will explore the updated Open Work Permit rules for Canada in 2025. We aim to provide you with a comprehensive guide that caters to various individuals, whether you're a student, spouse, worker, or family member. We will cover everything you need to know step by step, ensuring that no detail is overlooked. Understanding work permits in Canada. To work in Canada, most foreign nationals need a work permit, which is classified into two main types, open and closed permits. An open work permit provides the flexibility to work for any employer across Canada, whereas a closed work permit is employer-specific, limiting employment to a designated company under specific conditions. One of the most significant advantages of an open work permit is that it eliminates the need for a job offer or a labor market impact assessment, LMIA, from a Canadian employer. Furthermore, individuals holding an open work permit can work up to 40 hours per week, providing them with the opportunity for financial stability. Updates to Open Work Permit Rules. As of January 2025, there are significant updates to the Open Work Permit rules, particularly affecting spouses and dependent children of international students and foreign workers. These changes aim to better align immigration policies with Canada's economic and labor market requirements. With an open work permit, foreign nationals gain the flexibility to work in nearly any job throughout Canada without requiring a job offer or an LMIA. If you decide to change employers, this can be done without reapplying for a new permit. However, it is essential to note that some permits may have specific restrictions indicated on the document itself. Eligibility for open work permits in 2025. The eligibility criteria for open work permits in 2025 have specific stipulations that various groups must meet. 1. International students. To qualify, individuals must be at least 18 years old and have completed a full-time program lasting a minimum of 8 months at a designated learning institution, DLA, under the Postgraduation Work Permit, PGWP, program. 2. Spouses of international students. The applicant must be the spouse of an international student enrolled in a full-time master's program, minimum 16 months, a doctoral program, or select professional programs such as medicine, law, or engineering. It is crucial that the applicant is not a full-time student themselves. 3. Spouses of foreign workers. Applicants must be married to a foreign worker employed in a high-skilled role classified under Tier 0 or 1 of the National Occupational Classification, NOC. They may also qualify if the worker is in specific Tier 2 or 3 jobs within sectors facing labor shortages, like healthcare or education. Additionally, the worker's permit must still be valid for at least 16 months at the application time. 4. Permanent residence applicants. If you have applied for permanent residency and live in Canada, you may qualify for a Bridging Open Work Permit (BWP). Your spouse can also apply if they are sponsored through inland sponsorship. 5. Other eligible groups. This category includes refugees, asylum seekers, family members of protected persons, young workers under the International Experience Canada, IEC, program, and individuals facing abuse or financial difficulties. It is important to highlight that changes implemented on January 21, 2025, state that dependent children of international students or foreign workers will no longer be eligible for open work permits. However, they can still apply for a study permit or other types of visas. Current open work permits held by dependents will remain valid until their expiration and can be renewed, provided they continue to meet the specified criteria. Changes impacting spousal applications. The changes introduced in 2025 have notably tightened eligibility criteria for spousal applications. Previously, any spouse of a full-time student could apply for an open work permit. However, the new regulations state that only spouses of students involved in master's programs of at least 16 months, doctoral programs, or select professional programs will now qualify. Applicants are required to provide proof of their relationship through a marriage certificate, and the student must present proof of enrollment. For spouses of foreign workers, the criteria have also been made stricter. Under the new rules, the worker must hold a position classified under Tier 0 or 1, or a Tier 2 or 3 role in a high-demand sector, and their work permit must be valid for a minimum of 16 months. Notably, exceptions exist for spouses of workers under free trade agreements, such as CUSMA, who remain unaffected, and for those transitioning to permanent residency. Application process for open work permits. Here's a thorough breakdown of the application process for obtaining an open work permit. 1. Check eligibility. Verify that you belong to one of the eligible groups mentioned above. 2. Gather required documents. Collect essential documents, including a valid passport, proof of relationship, the principal applicant study or work permit, proof of enrollment or employment, and any other documents specified by IRCC. 3. Submit application. Apply online through the IRCC website. Fill out the necessary forms as per your location and pay the total fee of $255, which comprises $155 for the application and $100 for the open work permit holder fee. 4. Wait for processing. Keep an eye on processing times by checking the IRCC website. Once approved, your permit will be issued and received either by mail or digitally. Alternatives if you're not eligible. If you find that you do not qualify for an open work permit, there are still options available. You may consider applying for a different type of closed work permit, a visitor visa. Note that you won't be permitted to work on this visa, or a study permit for children or dependents who may still qualify. The recent updates to the Canada Open Work Permit system have been implemented to address labor shortages in specific sectors, aiming to reduce the country's temporary resident population from 6.5% to 5% and better align immigration with economic demands. However, opinions on these changes are quite divided. Critics argue that they could deter international students from choosing Canada, potentially placing additional financial pressure on families, while proponents believe that these adjustments will improve job matching and enhance overall productivity in the workforce. Before you proceed with your application, it's essential to recheck your eligibility according to the new 2025 rules and ensure that all required documents are complete to avoid any complications. Applying early is recommended to prevent any gaps in your permits. If you're feeling uncertain about any aspect of the process, consulting with a professional immigration lawyer can provide valuable assistance and clarity. Recommendations for applicants seeking success with the updated Canada Open Work Permit rules for 2025. 1. Verify your eligibility thoroughly. Before you begin the application process, ensure that you fully understand and confirm your eligibility under the new regulations. Check if you fall within one of the specified groups, such as international students, spouses of eligible workers, or permanent residence applicants. Familiarize yourself with the criteria for each category to avoid wasting time and resources on an ineligible application. 2. Gather complete and accurate documentation. One of the keys to a successful application is providing all the necessary documentation. Collect valid identification, such as your passport, proof of relationship, the principal applicant study or work permit, and any relevant enrollment or employment proof. Ensure that all documents are accurate, current, and meet the IRCC specifications to prevent delays or rejections. 3. Apply early and monitor your application status. Submitting your application as early as possible can help avoid any gaps in your work permissions. Processing times can vary, and applying early can give you a buffer period should any additional information be required. After submitting your application, regularly check the IRCC website for updates on processing times and stay informed about your application status. 4. Be prepared for changes and exceptions. Stay informed about any potential changes in the immigration landscape or specific exceptions that may apply to your case. This may include updates to regional labor shortages or specific roles that qualify under new guidelines. Being flexible and prepared for changes will help you adapt quickly and identify the best pathways available. 5. consult with immigration professionals when in doubt. If you have any uncertainties about your eligibility or the application process, consider consulting with a professional immigration lawyer or consultant. They can provide expert guidance tailored to your specific situation, help you navigate complex regulations, and ensure that your application is complete, thereby maximizing your chances of approval. By following these recommendations, you can enhance your likelihood of successfully obtaining a Canada Open Work Permit and embarking on your new journey in the country. To recap the key points discussed. Can spouses of diploma or certificate students apply in 2025? No, only spouses of students enrolled in master's, doctoral, or select professional programs qualify. What is the cost to apply in 2025? The total application fee is $255, which includes $155 for the application and $100 for the open work permit holder fee. What options do I have if I don't qualify anymore? You can explore alternative options such as closed work permits, visitor visas, or study permits, depending on your individual circumstances. If you found this information valuable, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell so you stay updated on all future news and updates. We encourage you to share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Your feedback is important to us. Thank you for watching, and we wish you the best of luck on your immigration journey. Stay tuned for the latest updates from Travel Tree.